Hi there, welcome back to Regatta Fitness. My name is Trevor, and today I'm just going to do a quick little video to show you a lot of really common mistakes that we want to avoid if we're trying to take our best strokes possible on the rowing machine. So if you want to follow along or simply just watch or do both at the same time or a combination of the two, do whatever works for you. But just going to go over some really common problems that we can really see to fix, sometimes quite easily, with just a little bit of instruction. The number one thing we see is those knees popping up as we come forward and the arms and body aren't set, and we have to lift our arms over and then we drive. So this makes our catch really clumsy and disoriented. If you're trying to bring the rate up and your arms are stuck back here, it really is difficult to get a good application of power. And there are many different forms of this. I'm obviously showing an exaggerated way here, but another common thing is to have the knees pop up before your arms and body are even set. So notice how my handle's just barely missing my knees. What we want to look for is good preparation of arms and body coming forward really almost before the knees even start. And obviously this tends to blend as the rates come up, but if you're doing just a nice steady row, you want to get some really good separation of arms and body set, and then knees come up and down, and it just makes that catch much more powerful, and it allows you to use your legs. Next super common mistake as well is off of that front end, that catch. So say your sequencing is okay, but then you go to drive and your arms and body aren't quite set still, but it's better than maybe the previous example. The first thing, if your arms and body are still coming in to the front end, then the first thing that's going to happen is those tend to come out. So for example, if I'm about here and then I drop, the first thing I'm going to want to do is rebound out. So we want to look for a nice, tall, strong, supported frame that your hips can push in and out of. So when you're driving, you don't want to break the arms right away, especially before the knees are done, and open that back too soon. You want to think about a segmentation to where you're really letting everything stay forward as your hips push, and this requires really strong core, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. So everything is set, and it's legs, 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 swing and draw. Let the hips dominate the drive here. And to go from one to the next, we have this, where we open in arms versus we hold forward and use the hips. We also have grab the arms right away versus letting the arms stay straight for a really long time, and also the really early back and extra layback. And that takes me into my next point. We never want to look for any really crazy layback or crazy body angle. If anything, it's much better to find sort of an 11 o'clock and a 1 o'clock sort of motion, where you're finding the point at which your abs are on but not overstraining, and your hips and your seat tuck under you. That's a big issue we see. People come way back here and then their hips tuck under them and then they round to get forward. We want to find a sense of supported structure that we use our hip joint to pivot to and from. And what that looks like a lot of times is a fall into the catch and then a really big layback, and the body has to do lots of things, and the core has a hard time really turning on. Your seat slides out before your handle really moves, and then you're way back here. So just figure out a way how to get a little more posture and structure. That way you're finding squeeze and push, and then just find a good point where you're able to press through and find this supported sort of thing here. Aside from that, a lot of other smaller mistakes people tend to make is having your feet too high, maybe your fan setting too high, and also just any sort of general extra movements, and not activating the abs in a way that the seat and handle move together. But those are a little more advanced, and we have lots of classes to help you sort of fix those things and work towards them. But at any level, we want to make sure you're feeling confident in just a very solid hip push, swing and draw, and then set the handle with the arms, pivot from your hips, and let the knees draw up and push down. So hopefully that was a good example of maybe what you are or are not doing and ways that you can identify how to fix it moving forward, because it really is all about keeping your spine healthy, getting a good workout in, and keeping you rowing for years to come. So have a great day. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you soon.